Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing?
How you
Hope you
doing?
guys having fun. How's it going, Gonza?
Yeah, fine. Now I'm
Good,
fine.
good, good, good. Welcome to Gonza's panel. The homie Gonza, aka Why Not Stuff, one of
Fine.
the best artists in the fandom that we got here. I'm proud to have you here, man. How you been?
Thank you very much. I've been busy, man. Busy.
Busy. Yeah, you have been busy. You've been very busy. You've been doing a lot. Been doing stuff on the side, doing stuff for
Yes, a lot of
obviously for
work.
Justice Con.
Exactly. Yeah. Thankfully, it's better being busy than
Oh yeah, busy's
have
good. Busy is a good thing.
yeah,
So
exactly.
one thing, right off the back, we want to talk about is you kind of came up with something that you finished up last night,
Yes,
and you had an
actually, I
idea.
finished. Sorry,
Oh,
finished
good.
it like 4 hours ago, 3 hours ago.
Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow.
I
So
just
you
finished.
just finished it.
Yeah,
Okay. So he's got some new art. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this art as kind of a giveaway and motivation for people to donate to AFSP. So what we're
yes,
going
sir.
to do is the mods for JusticeCon will be keeping track. So during this stream and the next stream afterwards, which is Ray Porter, hosted by Shiraz, and here's the art that we will be giving away. So whoever donates the most to AFSP between these two panels will be getting this HD image drawn by the
Yes,
legend
sir.
himself,
Poster size.
poster size,
Yes.
brand new, which I love. It looks. I
Thanks.
mean, all your art looks good, but I mean, yeah, this looks amazing.
Thank you
This
very
looks
much.
amazing, man. Like you have a very like unique style that's like when people see it, like they know it's your art for sure.
Well, that's like the best thing you can hope for. Getting to a style that people recognize.
Hmm.
It's took a while, sure, but it's a very nice thing to hear.
Yeah, yeah, it looks great. So anyone who wants this in an HD poster, donate, 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 and you can have this for
Please
yourself. I may donate myself
remember what it is for.
so I can get it.
It's important.
Right, right. Alrighty. So another thing I want to ask you about is for the two people, living under a rock who don't know, you obviously designed the amazing poster that is used in all the shirts and merchandise for Justice Con this year. So I'm guessing Nerd Queens and Meg came to you and asked you to do it for them this
Yeah,
year. Okay,
I was I was kind of surprised. Yeah. It
that's
was a very
awesome.
nice. It was like sure,
Right,
count
right.
count on me. And but it was challenging, fun. It was everything mixed together. Because they came to me and they said, "Look, this Justice Con this year is going to be about Justice League, of course, and Army of the Dead.
Right.
We had like zero material of Army of the Dead, so I said, okay, let's see about it.
Right.
And uh, first thing I thought of was something like this. I
Okay.
had it in my mind plus 100 different ideas.
Right.
But then they said to me, look, you can't use faces, you can't use logos, you can't use emblems,
I got you.
no similarity to
Right.
nothing.
Right.
And I was like, okay, what do you want me to do again? So thankfully, it didn't take long for me to realize I could use one of my favorite photos ever, the Iwo Jima raising the flag by Joe
Oh,
Louis.
right, right.
I thought it had a very nice message to go along with this whole year. Zach and uh, Stone Quarry. I mean,
That's a good point.
the raising of the flag. It's a message, right? It's
Right,
he's back.
right. So how long did it take you to do that? Like from start to finish? How long did that take?
Um, the thing with this is I made it. I was working,
Hmm.
so every time I had a free time, I, I drew a little bit, but without counting work, let's say a week.
A week? Okay.
Yeah,
Man, that's like I can tell. It's like it's got that signature why not stuff look to it that it's like artists are just like I don't understand how you even started with the thought of like coming up with something like that. Like just like so when they ask you to make a poster and they tell you obviously what you can't put in it, like where do you like is this the first thought that came to your mind? Like this image right
actually, it
here?
was. Yeah, yeah. You can ask for the queens. I sent them a sketch. I posted it on Twitter. Like the day after, they asked me, and it was basically this.
Yeah, that looks I mean the way you put like Justice League and Army of the Dead characters and like Zach himself in that, it's just like I mean, it looks perfect to me. It looks perfect. I'm
Thanks,
sure
man.
everyone
Thanks.
loved it, man. Like,
I wish
yeah,
I could I could have drawn faces and stuff, but
right,
looks fine. It's more dramatic this way. It's cooler.
right,
And the thing with it was I tried to design something that would fit every single purpose, like a poster, T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, or whatever.
hmm
So that's the other thing. Once you got the design on your mind, is one
right,
thing, but then to accommodate that design to every other aspect or T-shirts or whatever.
hmm
Like for example, there was a background on one woman. Uh, the sun was yellow and the background was orange.
Oh,
So
okay,
I threw away the background. I made everything black and with a bit of color.
right. Yeah, that's the advantage of letting artists just do what they want to do. That's something I've learned even like on a small scale, like with my Twitch channel. Whenever I will hire someone to do any type of art on it, it's like you kind of just give them a little bit of an idea of what you want, and just let the artist do what they want to do, and you end
Well,
up with stuff like this. I mean,
the
that's
lion, the lion pack.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was
You designed, yeah, yeah, my Lion Pack shirt, and that's like I gave you just, I gave you like a little background of just what I wanted, and let you just do your thing because I knew your
yeah,
art would look good. And
thanks, man.
speaking of like, so like the design you use, like you have a real unique, like specific design you do with all your art.
Hmm.
Like, did you always draw that way, or did you mess around with different art styles and come across that one? Because you have something in what you
Nah,
do.
I think I've always tried to replicate well, what I like most. We're talking about my favorite artist, the Jurgens, John
Oh,
Byrne, Jim Aparo, old school, you
legends,
know?
right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so I always shifted that way.
hmm
But I like to do things a bit different now and then. Uh,
Right.
if I could, I would draw like Alex Ross, for
Right.
example.
Right. Right.
But he's a huge inspiration to me. Although you cannot see the Alex Ross inspiration on my drawings, the idea of his talent, the way he portrays.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very much like him the way he uses a lot of models
hmm
for posing and stuff. I do that a lot, so that's where I take inspiration from him.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you can see it. I mean, you can see it like in the sense that Alex Ross has like he has a very unique style. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when people see his art, they know it's Alex
I
Ross.
recognize
And
it.
that's like I kind of feel like that's you. Like when people see your art, like they know it's why not stuff. Like people know
Wow,
it's you. Like
thank
you
you,
have
man.
very signature style, which is good to know. So Alex Ross, you mentioned Jurgens. So who else
Yes.
would be like? So when did you
Well,
really start taking art serious? And who would you say like? Who else would you put on the list as like an inspiration for your art?
like I said, there's one true person that will always inspire me, but Talking about artists,
Hmm.
you got Jerry Ordway, Neil Adams. Uh, I mean, the old school guys,
Right. Oh yeah.
the legends.
Right. Right.
It's the usual suspects. But the person who will always inspire me, it's my mother.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
I come from a family of, you know, you're raised to be a businessman, lawyer, doctor. Nobody, there's no artists in my family.
Hmm.
The only one was my mother. She did it like a hobby. And ever since my first superhero thing I ever owned was a Superman T-shirt with the
Hmm.
logo that she drew on it and painted on it. It was my
Right.
favorite toy like ever.
Right.
And I don't know. Growing up with that, it makes you believe that you can do it. It makes you want to do it.
Hmm.
So she will always be my number one for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. That's awesome. I know exactly what you mean. I'm kind of the same. Like my dad was always like everyone in my family is just construction worker, like
Yeah,
mechanic, like fireman, those type of jobs.
yeah.
So trying to do some like content creation is kind of like out of the realm for them. But
Oh
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
what you mean.
Forget
That's
about it.
like, yeah, right.
I went to film school, for example. I'm a film school graduate,
Hmm.
and when I told my family that I want to go to film school, they were like, "What? You're gonna do what?"
Exactly, right. Yeah, same here, same here. You play games on Twitch? Like what?
Oh, don't get me
Yeah,
started with the games, man.
right.
To my family, gaming stops like when you're 11 years old.
Yep,
After that, if
same.
you play a game, you're, oh my god, look at this,
Right.
and baby,
Right.
uh,
So when I guess because I didn't meet you until a little bit later on, but like when would you
yeah.
say you really got deep, like, or I guess more involved in like the Snyder fandom? Because you're like, as far as like in the Snyder fandom, you're like a household name to us
Thank
now
you,
in the Snyder fandom. So.
thank you very much. Let's see. I've always followed it, like
Hmm.
always,
Okay.
since began back in 2017 after the movie, of course.
Okay.
Broke my heart, and I started researching, and I found Twitter, and that's it. And but I got involved in 2019. It was pretty
Okay.
late to the party, because I was in a different place in my life back then.
Gotcha.
I was trying different stuff. I was living in Argentina, for example. I was taking care of my grandma.
Oh wow.
My grandpa had passed away, so I went there and stayed a year with her and worked in her shop. She owned the shop. Of course, she couldn't sustain it by herself. So, and something happened. I came back to Brazil, and that's when it hit me. I, I'm telling you, I hadn't picked a pencil or whatever. Drawing to
Hmm.
me was something from the past when I was a
Right.
kid, and this happened, and I said, "Why not? Why not start having fun, man? Doing what I like. It's and fortunately, I got lucky. People like what I do, and that's what keeps me going. Honestly,
Right.
love it.
Is that kind of where you got the name from? Why not stuff?
Yep, it's
That's
exactly that.
awesome. That's dope.
Because I'm honestly a very shy guy. Uh,
Hmm.
to show my stuff on internet, it took me a very long while, and
Hmm.
after that thing happened, I said, "Why not? It's
Right.
just stuff. It's screw it. Let's send it, show it. Why not?"
Right. That's all. That's dope. That's dope. I like that. I'm glad you showed it because like
Thank you.
I mean, your art is like it's a lot of your art. I'm sure that I don't want to assume, but I feel like a lot of your art is it looks like it's from a comic book panel. Like a
That's
lot
it.
of your
Yeah.
art when I look at it. Okay, good. And every time I see it, like I think the first I think around the first time I saw some of your stuff, and it really blew my mind was right after
The
the first
trailers.
trailer dropped. Yeah,
Yeah,
for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I
yeah, yeah.
saw everyone sharing like a couple of those images around you redid of like Superman screaming and all that. I was like, who is this guy? And then I went to your Instagram and I saw your stuff, and I was like, dude, I got to talk to this guy. I was like, I knew like I was just looking through your stuff, and I was like, man, I bet this guy would make an amazing shirt. Right? I
Exactly.
was like, I got to talk to this guy, and you did.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, 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 yeah. We
like
did.
made an amazing shirt. So
Yeah. Yes. I'm still waiting for mine. So
right,
I
it's
don't
on
want
the
to say
way.
anything.
It's on the way. It's on the way. You definitely getting one. You're definitely getting one.
Thanks, man. Thanks. And well, that's the thing with Zach, you know. And actually, he's like, I am where I am right now with drawing,
Hmm.
thanks to him. And he's like a huge inspiration. The
Right.
way he his own interpretation of what a comic book is,
Hmm.
the way he paints it on the screen, to me will always be like one of a kind.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So that's what got me thinking, man, if this is that pretty on the screen,
Hmm.
why not grab that thing and take it to a paper?
Right.
That's why I started drawing whatever Zach filmed.
That's awesome. That's awesome. The thing I like about I mean, just talking to you the most about your story is like it seems like you kind of overcame some challenges,
Yeah.
to get to where you're at, which I love, because I think a lot of people when they see someone who's good at something like you are, they kind of assume like you just got there. You know,
Oh no,
they don't
there's no way.
realize you had
Yeah,
to go through a lot to get to
yeah,
where
yeah.
you're at. So like if someone was watching this and they started out shy like you did and are nervous about putting their art out, like what advice would you give to them?
Don't give up. It's like I know it's a cliche, but it's the best advice ever. Do not
Hmm.
give up. Uh, I know we have a lot of talented artists in the fandom
Oh yeah.
who maybe don't get a lot of spotlight or whatever.
Hmm.
Just don't give up. It's keep drawing. Who knows? If you stop drawing, you gain absolutely nothing with it. Nothing.
Hmm.
Keep drawing. Something will happen.
Right.
Everything happens for a reason. That's like a motto I learned to live with. And so don't give up.
Yeah.
Something
One.
will happen. Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're living proof of that. So, um, what would you say? Like when you do something like, I mean, let me pull this back up. When you do something like this, or the other art that you're doing that we're doing as a giveaway, like
Yes.
when people look at your art, what do you want them to kind of get away from it? Like, what do you want people to feel or think when they look at your art?
Well,
Because
number
I know
one,
what I feel. Well, I'll talk about it after. I know what I feel when I look at your art. I'll say it after. But what do you want people to get from it?
I want them to feel the way I feel. Uh, Everything I make, I make it out of love. No kidding.
Hmm.
It's the passion, the love I have for comic books and nostalgia. no, First, first of all,
Hmm.
and I want you to look at my stuff and say, "Hey, that looks like a comic book." You know,
Right.
that looks like an old comic book, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
And fortunately, people see that, so that's freaking great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great that you're getting your message across because that's what, I mean, that's what I would say is like when I look at your art, it's like I don't know. I hope it's the same for other people, but when you look at great art, it makes you feel like I don't know. I don't want to sound cliche, but like inspired. Like you
No,
can tell
it's
you put a lot of effort into your work when you do it.
oh yeah,
Like
for
that
sure.
Lion Pack shirt you drew for me, I was like, like all the little lines you drew, like on the hairs of the lion. I was like, how does he do that? Like, it doesn't. I was like, how do you do this? Like, every little line is a line, but it's like a super detailed line. Like,
yeah. I'm pretty detailed on the stuff. I it's almost like a fixation. It's
right, right,
I when I start drawing something, I zone out.
right.
I'm
Hmm.
in that world, you know. It has to be perfect. I think at the beginning I used to release art of mine that wasn't ready.
Hmm.
Uh, that was I was nervous or whatever, but I don't do that anymore. I
Right.
only show what's like perfect to me. So
Okay. So this one
yeah,
here. So this one, did you know? Like, is this like just an image from the movie that you
no,
wanted to like you loved and you wanted to do, or like what made you pick this
more.
shot?
It's actually the scene. I
Okay.
mean, that's Superman coming back to life, man.
Right.
It's
Right. It's a major
uh,
part, yeah, in the movie.
and the line, the future has taken root in the present. I
Hmm.
love it. I mean, that's a premonition right there. You're all gonna die, and you don't
Right.
know it.
Right.
I love that. That's why if you close up on Soup's face, it's like
Hmm.
mad.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. What? How? So, how long did it take you to do this one from start to finish?
Uh, 3 days, something
Three
like that.
days. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
yeah.
And a lot of hours in those days. It sounds like since you you just finished it a few hours ago. It sounds
Well,
like.
well, yesterday I didn't have work, so I spent the whole 24 hours working on it.
Right.
So yeah, spent a lot of hours.
Wow, that's amazing. And Zach shared your art
Oh
on
man, that was
Vero. Man, how does that feel? Like, so you were talking about how much of an inspiration, seeing
yeah.
his art on film is, and then the man himself shares your art
Nah,
for everyone to see.
it's surreal. I mean, it's hard to explain to the family. For
Right,
example, like they're not like movie buffs or anything. So
right. Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
look, man, Zack Snyder, and
right,
they
right.
and they're like, okay,
Yeah,
who is it? You don't care. But I showed that image to the most amount of people I could find in the pandemic. Feels great, man.
that's awesome.
It's like someone reaching out and saying, you know what, well done, man.
Yeah,
Everything you've done to this point, you were right about it.
right.
Ooh, thanks. Uh, so yeah, it's a nice prize.
That's awesome. It's yeah. It's I mean, it's well deserved. I mean, your art is like I mean, that's the type of stuff you could use to like advertise movies and TV shows and stuff. So I I was wondering how much this applies to you since you're doing it, but I know like just like in any type of form of art, like in dancing or music, like there's certain trends that come along. Has there ever been a trend that's come along that you've kind of been like you've noticed other artists doing? Maybe that I need to you're like, okay, I think I could do my own take on that, on something like
No,
that.
actually, no. I'm pretty much against trends.
Oh, that's
I,
great. That's great.
I, I, man, I mean, I'm not speaking badly of those
Right.
who guide themselves by trends. I'm just not like that. Not
Right.
at all. I,
That's awesome.
if there's like a movie that is trending that I have no idea about, it's, it's gonna take me longer to watch it.
Right.
If everyone's talking about it, I watch it later.
Right.
The same goes with music, art, whatever. It's a thing of mine. It's
Hmm.
not that it's wrong, but I'm just not that kind of guy.
Right. I got you. No,
That's
that's good.
that's why I always go back to the old stuff.
Hmm.
Nostalgia is like a very powerful motivator to me.
Hmm.
So
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's why I think that's why people like you, excuse me, and like Zach who avoid trends. That's why your art is like I think that's what makes art timeless is when you just do what you want to do,
yeah,
like to the
it's
best that you can do it instead of trying to do what someone else is trying to do.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you won't see. Not that I don't like it. I
Mm.
wish I could draw like that, but more modern take on comic
Right.
books, more realistic, with shadow lighting and stuff.
Right.
Not that I love it. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that comic book drawings or art has to be realistic. It's doesn't have to be like super overly exaggerated, but it doesn't need to be like extremely realistic. It's not what we look for on comic book.
Exactly. Yeah. So, just as a reminder, the art that we have up now on the screen is one that Why Not drew recently, and we are going to be giving it away to whoever is the highest donator between this stream and Ray Porter's stream coming up next. So, might as
Yeah,
well be
please,
keeping
guys,
check. So, donate, donate, donate. And you will be getting an HD poster of this art yourself.
don't forget it's a very good cause. Like the
Absolutely.
best the best cause there is, saving
Right.
lives. It's so important.
So, do you have a favorite art maybe that you've done? Any drawing that you've done? One that you're like,
Hmm. Well, I will have to choose the Flash one from the scene from the trailer
okay.
because it took me so long to do. The one that's it's three panels in one.
Hmm.
It starts with him breaking the glass,
I think that is that the one on
ru-
your Instagram.
rushing to Iris. The Instagram quality. Do you got the Google Drive folder? I gave you permission to it.
I
You can
think is
find
that
it.
the one? Is that on your Instagram? That flash one?
Yeah, it is, but it's like chopped pieces
Okay. I think
because it's like a very wide image.
right. Oh, I see. Is it? Let me see here. I think it's this one. Is it this one?
No, that's one of the
Okay.
last one. I mean
Okay.
one. Go down, down. Jesus, I got a lot of crap in there. Down.
A lot of great art.
That's it. Up.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, with all the glass
Yes.
and everything.
It
Wow.
was. That was a tough one.
Yeah, that looks like a lot of small like a
You
lot
have
of
no idea.
small detail into it too.
You have no idea.
How long does something like that take?
That took me like 15 days or something.
15 days? Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if all I were to do was draw and draw and draw, probably I
Hmm.
could finish it
Right.
sooner. But you gotta work, you gotta sleep, you gotta
I
eat.
got you. Yep. Yeah. 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 I mean, it looks like. I mean, it looks like a scene straight from the movie. That's the
Eh,
one thing I like the most about your art is like when you draw a scene from the movie, it looks like if I were to see this, I would think it's a comic panel like based on the movie. Like
yeah,
that's the
well,
one thing I like the most about your art.
that's the beauty about Zach, man. It's I. The only thing I did was I grabbed Zach's vision
Hmm.
and I just drew on top of it.
Right.
Basically,
Hmm.
that's what I do whenever I do a Zack Snyder scene. It's it's him. He's the artist, actually. I'm just
Right.
that's amazing, man.
Yeah. What if you were to say like when did you notice I guess like you kind of like what art drawing would you say kind of took you off so to speak like you noticed you started gaining a lot of traction on your art.
Um, oh, the trailer panels
Oh, the
for sure.
Superman one? Yeah. I think you have
Yeah.
that one on here too, right?
No, actually, before that, it's That's
Oh,
it
this.
right there.
Yeah.
Yep,
God, I love
this.
that so much.
So,
It looks so good.
the the account, the Zack Snyder Bible Twitter,
Right. Hmm.
they retweeted this, and I was born. That's how I started,
Right.
basically.
That's awesome. I mean, it looks like I thought someone the first time I saw that, I thought someone did like made a comic out of it. Like I thought there was a comic that like was
I
kind of
wish
like
we
with
could.
Man of Steel, like the prequel comic that came out. That's what I thought this was when I first
Yeah,
saw it.
yeah.
I was like, oh, someone made a comic of it, but no, you're just like some dope artist. Why not
I,
stuff ended up drawing it, and it just looks that good.
I'm gonna make a comic of the whole trailer. It's a promise I have to
Oh
keep,
wow,
but
yeah,
it's gonna take me a while.
yeah. You plan on doing any like Army of the Dead stuff too,
Yeah, for sure,
like
man.
that? Yeah, nice.
I'm in love with that trailer. I watch it like
Same,
twice a
same.
day, man. It's,
Yep, same here.
yeah, yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
Hmm. That's dope. Yeah, I mean, you have like, I mean, some of your stuff is like,
Uh, you're gonna. That's old stuff.
this is
From
all the
that
old
moment
stuff.
on, yeah, no, yeah. From that moment on, that's where the why not stuff that was born.
Right. Yes, yes, I remember this one too. Yeah,
Oh, that's on my
The
wall.
Man of Steel one
Oh,
too.
you can see it, but
Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, like, look at that. I mean, that literally. I would assume you were just a comic
Well,
book,
that's one.
like
That's
you
one of my
draw for
favorites.
comic books. If I was just looking at this.
Yeah, yeah, I love that one. And that's the scene from BBS,
Right.
but with the dialogue of Jor-El from Man of Steel.
Oh, okay.
It fits like perfectly.
Right. Right.
I mean, look at that. I literally grabbed the poses
Right.
from that movie. That's it. It's
Yeah.
it's a
That's
the guy's nuts, man. It's
yeah. Like anything you do, just like look at the one from Joker. Like anything you do, I don't know. I just like your aesthetic. Like when you draw, is like very
well, that's one of my favorite cyborgs in the graveyard.
right. Oh yeah, that's a great one. I love that one. I
The
did my best.
composition of the
Right.
background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks great. So when
Would
you
you be open?
start something like that,
Sure.
I'm just like,
Sorry, I was reading a comment.
oh no, sorry. So when you start something like that, do you have like, do you actually use a template like you base it off of, or do you freehand it and
No,
kind of?
actually, on my last drawings, I'm using more of a template.
Mm-hmm.
I because the posing of the bodies.
Gotcha.
I'm like I'm not drawing exactly how the scene is. It's more of a reinterpretation
I
from
gotcha.
my view. But on that drawing, for example, I base it off the actual scene from the trailer.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I got that to work with.
Right.
And
Yeah. If
then
you're not following Why Not Stuff on Instagram, follow him at why not stuff dot WNS. It's like you will not be disappointed. Trust me.
and I would be open to drawing stuff that hasn't been shot yet for sure.
Oh, that's a good. That's a
The
good
thing
idea.
is, I don't like. One thing I don't do is imagine how a character would look like.
Hmm.
For example, I never drew the Martian Manhunter before his look was revealed.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's it's not like I don't like doing that. It's like fan casting.
Right.
It's not for me. Yo, ACS, how you doing, man?
I think one of my favorites.
Ooh, that one was the cover with
Which one?
Justice League.
Oh yeah,
Uh, that's one of my favorite.
that looks. Yeah, that looks dope. I like the. the kind of modern slash old school look that Cyborg has, like
Yeah.
Cyborg and Batman having that one. I like that. It looks good.
Oh, I love drawing Cyborg with the white and blue shades of coloring.
Right.
That's very old school.
Right.
I,
Yeah. Yeah. It
yeah.
looks good. And you have a
The
site
Joker.
where you sell these too, right? Like you sell all your art?
Yeah, I'm on my Teespring shop.
Okay. Okay.
I sell what I can. They shut down everything.
Right. Man, that looks good. So,
Thanks, man.
if you were to pick, what's like one character from, I guess, since we're staying in the DC world, like that you would like to draw that you haven't drawn yet? Maybe that you would like to see either in
I
general or
have
like in Justice League 2 or 3.
I have an idea.
Hmm.
I'm gonna draw it soon. I hope. The Atom,
Oh, nice.
Ryan Choi.
Right.
I would love to see that. Like really love. And
Right.
of course, Green Lantern. Green Lantern. It's- I'm very excited. Well, I hope we can see Zach's vision in it.
Right.
But
Same. Hmm.
I'm dying to see John Stewart
Right.
on the
Yeah,
big
I
screen.
was gonna say I would love to see your take
Oh
on John Stewart. I think that
yeah,
would look dope.
I'm gonna draw it because we have the concept art
Hmm.
that Zach showed. So that's nice. At least I have something to base it off and don't need to imagine how he would look like. And
Right.
so I'm gonna draw it soon.
Right. Gotcha. So what you got a favorite scene or favorite part from Justice League from the new movie?
It's the same for everyone, I guess. And
Mm.
Zach, Flash going back in time.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Hmm.
and let's see. There's one scene I really love. It's Cyborg watching over the mother and the little kid
Oh yeah. Yeah.
on the ATM.
Right.
He's like he smiles for the first time in the whole movie. Love that. On the
Right.
rain, it's Cyborg. He was my favorite character from the movie.
Yeah.
I just loved everything about it.
Right.
It was great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's those are probably my two favorite too. Cyborg, like kind of understanding his powers, and then you have Flash going back in time. I mean, it's just like we haven't seen anything like that before. So, man, maybe two more scenes for you to
Yeah,
come across one time there for get some why not stuff art takes on.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And if you had asked me before the movie came out,
Hmm.
I would definitely. I'm a Superman buff. I like him.
Right.
He's my guy.
Right.
And I was sure like Superman coming back was gonna be like my favorite scene.
Right.
But nope, Cyborg took the cake, man. It was freaking sweet, dude. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Same here. I think that's one thing I was surprised about. Like in the movie, I said right after was like how much Cyborg was in the movie. I was shocked. Warren Bruce inspired by the look from running back in. Mm.
That's very specific.
Yeah, right. On
Very
the
specific.
cosmic treadmill. Yeah. Hey man, if you need one guy to do it, why not? Why not is the guy to do it? He could do
Thanks, man.
it. So when did you? So how old were you when you said you started drawing, or when did you like first get into it? Like, I guess
When I was a
I'm
kid.
assuming you've probably been drawing a while. Like, how long would you say you've been doing like the art you're doing now? How long have you been doing it?
No, not that long, man.
Oh wow.
3 years,
Yeah.
two, three
Okay.
years. Like I told you, man, drawing was something lost to me. Life took me to a whole different direction.
Mhm.
It was hobby, like very once in a while. That's
Right.
it.
Right.
So 3 years ago, I started drawing like for real. You
Mhm.
know, I want to do this, and I did it.
So the art style you use now, is that, I'm trying to think how to ask this. Is it like, I guess, like, did you notice drawing a specific way like led you to that art style, or were like, did you try it like from the first time you're like, okay, I want my art, I know what I want it to look like. Like I want it to look like a comic book panel when I draw it. Or did you just kind of do it and you were like,
I
wow,
I
like I
knew it.
got something.
No, no, it's. I always wanted to go that direction for
Mhm.
sure.
Gotcha. So you
Yeah,
always wanted it to look like kind of like like it's taken from a comic book panel.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
I mean, the idea of it all started with movies, right? I'm
Right.
a movie guy
Mhm.
too, so taking a movie, putting it into a comic book, an old comic book,
Mhm.
that's it. I mean, I love doing that.
Right.
If I could, I would redrew. I would
Right.
drew like every single movie I love. It's a very I won't say like comic book adaptations. You remember those old things that don't exist anymore
Right.
for movies, but close to it.
Gotcha. We got a question from Sam. Are there any first appearance covers you want to recreate with their cinematic counterparts? For example, Action Comics #1 from 1938 or Superman 1 from 1939, like with Henry Cavill.
The thing with that, it's been done like so many times.
Mm-hmm.
So I love those covers, but it's been done to death in my opinion, and that's why I never honestly touch them very much.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah, that's, yeah, I know, yeah, you like to stay away from trends and kind of do your own thing, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right. Okay. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions for why not here, please send them through.
Yeah, sorry for those I didn't answer. The comments they're like a lot of
Oh, are
ones.
they? I'm sure people all types of questions for you. With Army of the Dead from Toshi, with Army of the Dead coming up soon, do you have any scenes or characters you like to draw?
Oh, I want to draw every single one of them.
All right.
They all look like really cool.
Man, I would love to see like your take on, there's a scene at the end of the trailer where it looks like a soldier sitting on top of the car and he's holding like the blue like the blue smoke he's holding up and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
all the
The
zombies are coming around him.
flare.
I
Yeah.
feel like that would take, I don't know, like with all the zombie details and like how detailed you draw everything, it could take a while,
Actually,
but
I already drew Zombie Tiger.
oh really?
You've seen it?
Really?
Yeah. No, no. It's not. It's not out in the
Oh,
open yet.
okay. Okay.
I sent you a like.
Oh, yes.
You
Yes.
remember?
Yeah.
It's,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
Zombie Tiger
Yeah.
and Zombie something else.
All right.
I didn't have time to finish it.
Okay. Have you, John asks, have you ever reached out to DC to draw for actual
No,
comic books?
no. I wish, man. I wish. Nah. I think I'm too old for that now. So I'm just happy hanging around with you guys. Uh, but I wish, man.
Man, I think they would take you up if you ever reached out for
Nah,
that. I think they
there's a
would
lot of
take you
talent
up. Yeah.
there.
Joey says, "I'd love to see the art of the Last Supper moment that Zach talked about, where Batman and Joker tell their points of view on the death of Robin." Like you'd like
Anything,
to see? Why not draw that?
anything related to that Joker, that Batman,
All
I
right.
love
Yeah,
for sure.
that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah, I hope so, Gibbs. Thanks.
Do you so the Zombie Tiger one, you think you're planning on trying to finish that, or you got a lot on your plate right
No, no,
now?
that's like the next drawing I gotta
Okay.
finish because
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I can't wait for
halfway
people
done.
to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be good.
dope. That's gonna be
Yeah,
dope. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It
Someone
was a
said DC
creepy
needs to
idea
hire
too.
you. I would agree.
Yeah, I wish. I don't know how people are gonna take that drawing though.
Right.
His zombie tiger one.
I think people are gonna love it. I think they're gonna love it.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
I
felt
think they're
kind
gonna
of
love it.
weird drawing that.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy, but
Right.
I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, hey Meg, how you doing?
Why not did an amazing cover for World's Finest? How difficult is it to draw people's faces?
Oh, it's the most difficult thing. I draw, erase, draw, erase, draw, erase until
Wow.
I'm happy with it. It's pretty annoying actually. Yeah, yeah, not easy at all. Are you planning on doing more Zack Snyder drawings? Sure. I'm never gonna stop doing Zack Snyder drawings.
Yeah,
There's
that's
like
like that's yeah, that's constant content right there.
a lot of material, man.
Right. Oh yeah.
I wanna do a lot of Watchmen stuff,
Hmm.
like from the movie, but with Dave Gibbons' art style. Uh, that would that's drives me crazy every time I think about it.
Right. Have you ever done anything from like Sucker Punch or anything like that
No,
before?
not yet, but I
I
plan to
think that.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. I think that
Yeah, yeah,
would. Yeah, your style, like
it's perfect. I know,
take
I
on
know.
that, I think would look really good on that.
Yep, it's perfect.
Yeah.
No, the thing is with Justice League, I
Hmm. Right.
took all my time.
Right. Hmm.
Robin suit from BDS. Yes, I plan to as well because there's a scene I want to draw from a famous comic book cover which involves Robin's suit. So I'm gonna draw it. I promise.
That yeah, that would look good too. Oh man. Yeah, well, you're gonna be all these requests. You're gonna be booked for the next like 6 months
Yeah,
after all these
I
requests
hope
coming
so,
in.
man.
Right.
I hope so. I'm gonna be tied up in the next month or
Hmm.
so with a commission I have to do, but after that, I won't stop.
Nice. Something like that we'll be able to see coming up, or the
The
commission
commission
you're
work,
doing. Yeah.
it's actually for a company. It's not up to me,
Oh,
but
okay.
I hope they show it.
Right. Gotcha.
I can't talk about it.
What about Watchmen, the HBO show? Any interest in drawing something from that?
Yes, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Actually, I started one thing with me is I started a lot of drawings. Maybe
Hmm.
I stopped halfway because I want to draw something new. So I got a couple of the Watchmen TV show, couple of drawings halfway done.
Gotcha. A why not version of Manhattan appearing for the first time in Watchmen would be immense. Yes, it would.
Ah, stop giving me ideas, man. I don't got the time.
Right. He's gonna be up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning again drawing stuff.
Yeah. Man, I wish the days lasted like 10 hours longer.
Right. Yeah, I remember I was we were talking about some ideas about stuff I was asking you to draw for me, and you said I think you were busy, like just swamped with like
Yep,
a bunch of other stuff you're doing, like posters, and I'm assuming maybe it was the poster you were drawing for this. I'm not, or it might have been a different one, but
it was
it
actually.
was it.
Yep.
Okay, okay. I remember when you said that. You said, "Yeah, I'm working on a poster right now," but I had no idea it was like the official Justice Con poster that you were working on.
I didn't know who to talk to about
Hmm.
it. I didn't
Oh
know if
yeah,
I could
right,
show it.
right,
So I kept.
right. Smartly so. Smartly so. Any
Hey,
John Stewart
John,
pieces in the works?
up here, sure, a lot of.
Oh man, I cannot wait to see your take on John Stewart. I know that's gonna look good.
Yeah, I even have the actor to bathe in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. A Wonder Woman. Oh, why not Wonder Woman with the severed heads? Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope.
That would be dope indeed. Like I'm thinking some kind of horror old comic book cover. Yeah,
Ooh,
it can look cool.
ooh.
Yeah, for sure.
We may have to fast track that one. We may have to move that one up the ladder.
Yeah, yeah. I'm planning on doing a Martian Manhunter drawing as well. Yes, for sure. I love his design.
Maybe why not can draw Davis Johnson? Hey, I like the way you think, Sufjan. I like the way you think.
If he lets me,
All
not
right,
a
I'm not
problem.
gonna stop you. I'm not gonna stop you, man. You do your thing. Yes, and don't forget highest donation to AFSP. We'll be getting the amazing art from the man himself and an HD poster.
Si, senor.
So
And
you said you're originally from Argentina, right?
yep,
Is where you're from? Okay. So like did you do art and stuff when you were over there? Or did that start when you came over here?
over here in Brazil. You mean?
Or yeah, I guess yeah, Brazil. Yeah, where you're at
No,
now.
actually, it started. Well, when I was a kid, I grew in Argentina.
Mhm.
Then living in Brazil is when 3 years ago
Mhm.
when I got got back to drawing.
Wow. That's crazy. You've been drawing like this for 3 years cuz I would have assumed you've been doing it for like 10 years.
Hey, thanks, Enosh. Nice to see you here, man. I don't know why the hell I'm waving my hand. I'm freaking king over here.
Someone has the ability to draw, create characters in the worlds with that medium. As someone who can't draw at all, what is something you can tell us that goes into the process you take from concept to finished pieces? That's a good question.
Who would you add to the Justice League if you can add any members? Like, oh, Hawk Girl, for sure.
Oh yeah, Hawk Girl. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Wait,
definitely.
yeah, or maybe Black Canary. I think you would draw a dope Black Canary.
I don't see her in the Justice League, though. In this Justice League, at least.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe like in my mind, I've kind of always
Uh,
had the idea that like in the nightmare scene, maybe
that
like
would be
Bruce
awesome.
and them like run across another team that survived, like Deadshot and Black Canary somewhere else, like in the nightmare world, somewhere else that survived it.
That would be cool, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see her in that Nightmare world.
Hmm.
Black suit Supergirl. I mean, any kind of Supergirl at this point. I'm anxious to see. Especially a Zack Snyder Supergirl.
Oh
Jesus.
yeah.
Zack Snyder Superman. That will be a fun drawing. The name is Super.
Outside of Jim Aparo, who are your biggest influences?
Uh,
I think we got
yeah,
into it a little bit, but yeah, you
if
were
I have to
saying,
name two, John Byrne and Jerry Ordway.
wow, yeah,
I like I said, I'm a big Superman fan, and I grew
hmm,
up reading those guys drawing Superman.
right.
So that empty pot haunts me. Yeah, me too, man. Jesus.
Same here, same here.
We gotta see that.
Is there like
We
a
need to see
Teespring of
that.
all these designs? Yeah, you do have a Teespring for it, you said,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah,
I need to update the store. I do not have time, but
right. Yeah, and there's a link for it.
oh, George Perez. I forgot about George Perez.
Oh
Another one.
yeah, yeah, legend. Yeah,
Def-
yeah. Oh, that's a good question. Do you ever take inspiration from Renaissance art?
Not really. No, I love it. I'm a big
Hmm.
art guy, and but maybe in my mind, I don't realize it, but it's always there. But it's not something I I look at to when I'm drawing.
Right.
I try not to stay uh, too far away from comic book. I want that style.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely have something in the style you do. So
Yeah,
yeah. Zack Snyder's Teen Titans.
yeah. It's not. I don't know. Not so sure that would work.
Right.
I mean, Zach can make anything work for sure,
Right.
but from a
You need Gotham Knights art.
ah, I haven't. I've only seen the trailer,
Hmm.
uh, but sure, if it's good, not a problem. I would love to do some Batman Arkham Knight, for example. I love that game, the story.
Hmm. Have you ever done art based on a game, like a video game at all?
I have a couple of ideas. I even started drawing on Red
Hmm.
Dead Redemption.
Oh wow.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, Red Dead Redemption. That's
I love that game.
yeah.
It's,
Yeah. That would look good. Yeah.
Zach, take comic panels and turns them into Lucy's. Yeah, exactly. I'm the reverse Zach. Uh, you can. I'm like Zach's Yobart pawn. So
Right.
yeah, you can say that.
Who is your favorite actor playing
Ah
Superman?
man, it's not even a
Yeah.
competition. It will always be Christopher Reeve. I grew up with him.
Hmm.
He it's I I love Henry. He's a great Superman, but I'm not sure I can ever put him up there above Christopher Reeve
Right.
uh, because well, first of all, Christopher Reeve was something new,
Hmm.
and nobody had taken Superman the way he did.
Right.
So every single actor that came after that, I won't say they tried to replicate it, but
Hmm.
it wasn't as hard
Right.
as Christopher Reeve had to go through. I mean, the man, when he was Superman, he was an actor. When he was
Right.
Clark Kent, he was another different actor. It's and when you say Henry, when he's Superman, and there's not a lot of difference between Clark Kent and Superman in
Right.
Henry's portrayal.
Yeah.
Like he's this great, phenomenal Superman, but he's Clark Kent.
Yeah. And he's the one you had. I mean, the connection with first. I mean,
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
make
for
that, yeah,
sure,
like when you
of course.
make like any kid watching, Man of Steel, if they make that connection with Henry Cavill's, the same way you do with Christopher Reeve. I mean that connection you make with a hero the first time you see it is like it's hard to top that. It's hard to top that. So that
It's
makes
like
sense.
I love Michael Keaton,
Hmm.
Batman. It's I grew up with him, but then came along Ben Affleck,
Right.
and poof,
Yeah.
that man raised the game in a way, man, I did not expect that.
Right.
Answering to Enosh, um, actually, the concept of my drawings, they're mostly in my head. I really don't waste a lot of time in uh, sketching out and whatever. Only when the pose of the character is too difficult. First, I draw it and whatever for the shadowing, the angle, and but the scene overall, it's mostly in my head, and I go with the flow.
And I think we are at the hour mark
Yes.
for our time. So thank you again, Gonzo, for being here. I appreciate it, man. Getting to
Thank
know
you for
you
inviting
and how you start, and I'm sure everyone can let you know how much they appreciate your art. And if you're not following Gonzo, please follow him on Twitter at why not stuff and Instagram at why not.wns.
Yes.
And we will see you guys. And Ray Porter is up next. And remember, keep donating to AFSP, please. Donate,
Yes, sir.
donate, donate. It's only for a
Please.
good cause, but you also, mods are keeping track. So top donator gets that HD poster from Why Not himself. So
Thanks everyone for stopping by. Let's watch. Let's go watch Dark Side.
yeah, Ray Porter himself is up next. Enjoy, you guys.